Auzubillahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. The Status of Women, Part 3. Recently, I was in debate with a person on Facebook who was running a page, and he was writing comments regarding the status of women. So we talked, and I told my brother that I would make a video in response to what he was saying. Actually, he was referring to the sermons of Imam Ali ibn AbuTalib alayhi salam.
One of the sermons that I took from Imam Ali ibn AbuTalib alayhi salam is his saying regarding the heart. In this saying, he said that there are 4 things that can make the heart die: wrong action followed by wrong action, playing around with foolish people, spending a lot of time with women, and sitting with the dead. Then the companions of Imam Ali alayhi salam asked Imam Ali alayhi salam, "And who are the dead, O commander of the believers?" He alayhi salam replied, "Every slave who follows his desires."
Now, if we take a closer look at the saying, we see that Imam Ali alayhi salam has said, "Your heart will die if you spend a lot of time with women."
Now, I know what you all are thinking, but what Imam Ali alayhi salam meant was that by talking rubbish with women or spending a lot of time with bad women, you will make your heart die. He didn't mean that if you spend your time with your female classmate, your heart will die. He was suggesting that you should not commit sins and prevent yourself from doing haram. This is a sermon that my brother had taken, and in this sermon, Imam Ali alayhi salam has said,
"O you people, women are deficient in faith, deficient in shares, and deficient in intelligence. In regard to their deficiency in their faith, it is their abstinence from prayers and fasting during their menstrual period.
In regards to their deficiency in intelligence, it is because the evidence of 2 women is equal to that of 1 man. As for the deficiency of their shares, that is because of their share in inheritance being half of men. So beware of the evils of women. Be on your guard, even from those of them who are reportedly doing good. Do not obey them even in good things, so that they may not attract you to evils."
Now,
And basically, as we have said before, there's always some kind of background behind Imam Ali alayhi salam's sermon. And this sermon specifically was addressed after the devastation created by the Battle of Jamal. Since the devastation was resulted from blindly following a woman's command, in this sermon, he alayhi salam described the woman's physical defects and their causes and effects.
as regards their deficiency in their faith, it is their abstinence from prayers and fasting during their menstrual period, which is absolutely true as it was said by our master. But there is still something which is hidden. And what is it is...
Yes, it is true that Imam Ali alayhi salam was addressing Aisha in this sermon. And in the sermons of Imam Ali alayhi salam, there's always some background, something that is hidden, that we all have to figure out. Yes, it happens to all women, but are all women equal? No. When all prophets are not equal in the eyes of Allah, some are great and some are lower in status. In the Quran, an illiterate and literate are not equal. Then how can we say that all women are equal and should be treated equally? Bibi Fatima Salam Alaiha is one example who is not like ordinary women,
and who did not have her menstrual periods because the najasat never touched her. So we are proud that there is one woman who represents us, and her standard is way up higher.
In regards to deficiency in their intelligence, it is because the evidence of 2 women is equal to that of 1 man. And
yes,
this is true because this is also an ayat of women, and no matter how we can explain this fact would always remain the same. But as I had said before, can you treat all women the same way? No, because it's not like you have a herd of cows and you're treating them with one same stick. No, that's not possible. If that was so, then Imam Ali alayhi salam would have never come and asked Bibi Fatima Salam Alaiha for the solution to every problem that he was facing.
And the third part is so beware of the evils of women. Be on your guard even from those of them who are reportedly good. Do not obey them even in good things, so that they may not attract you to evils.
Going back to Aisha, who was basically al-Mu'mineen, and people respected her, and they thought she was basically a good person. Turns out, not really. She wasn't all that great. So, basically, in this portion, he's saying that a lot of women are pretending to be good people. And I guess this could be the same thing with others as well. But either way, they were pretending to be good people, and on the inside, they're not always the best people. First example I can give you is, as we all heard, the story of the first revelation of Prophet Muhammad Mustafa Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And he was 40 years old at the time. He's in the cave of Hira, so on and so forth. But later, after the revelation, the Prophet Muhammad Mustafa Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam went home and asked his wife to bring him a blanket. And then the first thing Prophet Muhammad Mustafa Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam did was tell everything that happened that night to his wife. And he asked her what he should do. Then she said, I believe in you. I will take you to my uncle's house. Perhaps he can help. Whatever she suggested, Prophet Muhammad Mustafa Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam did so.
And so that shows that women in intelligence are not lower. Otherwise, Prophet Muhammad Mustafa Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam would not have asked her.
My second example, it comes from the story of Bibi Fatima Salamu Alaiha, which I'm sure all of you have read, and if you haven't, I highly recommend that you go and check it out. In this story, there was one very important thing. When the Jewish man came, he asked Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam if his Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam's daughter could come to the Jew's daughter's wedding. But Prophet Muhammad Mustafa Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, I cannot answer. Ask Imam Ali alayhi salam, as he is now her husband. Then the Jewish man went to Imam Ali alayhi salam and asked him the same question. Imam Ali alayhi salam's answer was, go and ask her. She will tell you what she wants. It is her choice. He didn't say that, no, you cannot go, those are outsiders, or anything else. He said that it is her choice, which means she basically had a right to decide. And our third and final example is with our fourth Imam, Imam Zain al-Abidin alayhi salam. After the Battle of Karbala, he asked, before he did anything, he always asked Bibi Zainab Salam alayha if it was okay. And then, if she agreed, then he proceeded. However, he alayhi salam was Imam al-Waqf, and he could do, and he knew what he was supposed to do. Despite that, he asked everything from Bibi Zainab Salam alayha, and only when she agreed did he continue. And so basically, this shows from all three of these examples that not all women are the same, and you cannot treat every woman as terribly. And also, in Imam Ali alayhi salam's sermons, there's always some kind of background. And so you always want to go back in history and find out what Imam Ali alayhi salam, what situation there was for Imam Ali alayhi salam before you actually go and attack someone with just one line, which wouldn't really make sense.